Disclaimer: this is an imaginary story. Please don't relate it with any idol or any other person. It's nothing related to anyone's life. It's pure work of fiction. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental. It's a Notice 7 story. If you are solo stand and can't see other members, then this story isn't for you. You are on wrong channel. Watch the story carefully, then comment. Be respectful and don't embarrass yourself. Whatever pics are shown in this story, they all have been taken from Google and Pinterest. The credit for them goes to their real owner. Storyline and voice are mine, so please don't copy that. Have you ever wondered how the weight of expectations looks? This is the story of a boy who is considered as luckiest and most happiest person alive because he has the supportive family who never miss his any achievement. But still that boy isn't happy. Why? Let's find out together the reality of the perfect family of the luckiest boy. To the world, Kim Namjoon was the definition of perfection. Topper of his university, consistent, disciplined, and always a winner. And behind every winner, there is a family who never missed a single achievement. Professor, give a big round of applause for Kim Namjoon, our university's pride. Once again, he named the title Student of the Year. June went to stage and bowed. Thank you so much, sir. Professor smiled and patted his shoulder. Stage is all yours. June, thank you to my professors for guiding me, and thank you to my family for always being my side. Without their support, I can never win this award. This award isn't just mine, it belongs to all of you. I will try to make all of you proud in future too. Thank you once again. Board 90-degree. June was giving his speech and his family was sitting in the audience and clapping loudly for him. Their faces were glowing because of happiness and proud. All the students and professor knew them because they never missed a single achievement of June. They all always showed. Student 1, did you see? June's whole family is again here. Student 2, what's new in this? They all always show up. Student 3, no doubt he has the best supportive family. They always came to support him in everything. Student 4, he's damn lucky. God has written his fate with the golden pen. First, he has 148 IQ. He is the topper and good in everything. And cherry on the top, he has the supportive family. That means he doesn't have any problem in his life. Student 5, absolutely right. When his family celebrates all his small achievements, they would never pressurize him for anything. He is free to live his life according to himself. Student 1, true. If I was in his place, my family would never come to cheer my small achievements. Student 2, haven't you seen? 2 days ago, when there was chess competition, his young came with bag. Student 3, yeah, I noticed. He came here directly from the airport. That's the proof that his family loves him so much. Student 4, And his McNay's stories are filled with his achievements. Check your mobile, he always tagged June. Student 2. Not only this, they all are very down to earth. They are the dream family. I wish my family is 10% of them. They pressurized me so much. Student 1. Same here, but we aren't as lucky as Kim Namjoon. Wow, what a perfect family who never missed a single achievement of his brother and always come to encourage him. June came there with trophy and certificate. Hang Cook, stop June. Hang, look at the screen and smile. I have to post it on social media app. June, okay, looked at his screen and posed with his trophy and certificate. Jimin, Yang, your dimples are missing. Yeah, dimple is necessary. You know, my all the followers are the biggest fan of your dimple smile. June, okay, but in which mobile do I look? Here are three mobiles. Hobie smiled. No one. I already clicked the pics and shared in family group. Patted Jone's head. Congratulations. June smiled. Thank you, Hank. Gave him trophy. Gave his trophy to T and certificate to Jimin. T. Wow, Hank, this trophy is so cool. Better than previous one. Jimin looked at his certificate. One day there will be my name, Kim Jimin. June ruffles Jimin's hair. Of course it will be, and I will cheer you the loudest. T. But I know I can never get the trophy. That's why I always take your trophy. Now it's mine. June, of course it's yours. My little bear looked at Cook, who was looking at June with big angry pout. Now, what happened to you? Cook. You gave trophy to Titi Hangi, certificate to Mini Hangi, but you didn't give anything to me. Cookie is so angry. Don't talk with me. June. Oh, my bad. Gave him his bouquet. This is for you. Now don't be mad. I will buy you cheese sandwich. Cook took the bouquet. That's better. Yoongi, get in the car. Everyone happily sat. June tucked Yoongi's long coat. Hang. Yoongi looked at June. June, are you happy? Yoongi, get in the car first. It's your training time. You can't afford to late. Sit on the driver's seat. June's smiling face turned down. He sat in passenger seat. Car was echoing from Magnie's laughter. Hobby was taking them to mall for celebrating June's achievement, but June wouldn't be there because he has to go for his training. Name Kim Namjoon, age 22 years, profession university student, nature hardworking, perfectionist, humble, caring, down to earth, lonely. Name Kim Yoongi, age 28 years, profession Mafia King, nature super strict, scary, savage, less spoken, disciplined, wants everything on time. Name Kim Horsuk, age 26 years, profession CEO at their own fashion house, nature cute, loving, cheerful, humble, caring, always smiling and laughing, chaotic. Name Kim Jimin, age 18 years, profession high school student, nature cute, loving, cheerful, humble, caring, chaotic, topper, full of life. Name Kim Taeyang, age 18 years, twin of Jimin, profession high school student, nature cute, loving, dramatic, naughty, complaint box, cheerful. Name Kim Jong-kook, age 15 years, profession middle school student, nature cute, loving, caring, naughty, jealous of everything, competitive. Yoongi dropped June in his training center. He was getting trained for mafia along with his studies. He went to his mafia office and Hobie took Magnus in the mall. June, kneeling on the ground while catching his breath. Sweat was dripping from his body. He just completed 50 rounds of the training ground while others are still running to complete 20 rounds. Trainer threw towel on his face. Wipe it. In just 50 rounds you are patting like this. Get up. June, patting hard. Just give me 2 minutes, please. Trainer grabbed June's arm and made him stand. When I say something, then listen. I am not asking, I am ordering. June looked at him. Sorry. Trainer threw energy drink on him. Be hydrated. Today's weather is so hot. June drank the energy drink. Thank you. What's next order? Said while wiping sweat. Trainer, nothing, just Tarzan swing training. June widened his eyes. Really? Trainer, you have to do 30 rounds. June, but everyone is doing 20 rounds only. Trainer slapped him. Don't question, you are here to follow the orders. Lower your eyes and move your legs. Don't force me to increase your number. Follow me. Trainer left. June followed him without saying anything. Everyone got shocked and started gossiping. Trainee 1. Why is Trainer this much strict with Haram? June's mafia code name. Trainer 2. Yeah, he's just perfect. He completed his all the tasks perfectly, even before others. Trainee 3. I don't understand. Why is everything different for him? Why does he need to train extra? Trainee 4. Only trainer can answer this. June was swinging on ropes. His arms were breaking, palms got bruised, sweats were dripping, making his grip slippery. Whenever he fell, he has to start from starting. Whenever he thought to take few seconds rest while hanging on the rope, immediately got whipped. Yoongi was watching everything by his office CCTV footage. Trainee manager, King, you called me? Yoongi, while keeping his eyes on the screen. How's Adam doing? Trainee manager, he is doing so well. He never gave up. Willpower is commendable. He is far ahead of other trainees. Here is his report. Give him file. Yoongi, check the file. Trainee manager, King, if you don't mind, can I suggest something? Yoongi, Trainee manager, Aram has sharp mind. If he works as hacker, it will be more beneficial for us. Yoongi, put him in hacking department and promote him in special training camp. Trainee manager, King, he is only 22. He is so young for a special batch. And moreover, he can't manage hacking and special training together. Yoongi, he will. I know him better than you. So, do as I said. Trainee manager, okay, King. Every mistake, no matter how small, was punished, and the one who ordered it was his own brother. June was standing at balcony and watching Magnus, who were disturbing Hobie and playing with his new design of collection, and Hobie was running behind them. June was smiling to see their playful behavior. Hobie, Cookie, give me back this dress. It's my new collection. Cook, no, it looks more beautiful on me. I'm looking like a fairy. Fairy John Cookie is here to grant everyone wishes. Hobie, you aren't looking like a fairy. Give me back. Looked at T. T, no, not that ladybird costume. It's for small kids and that too for girls. Why are you wearing it? T, no, it looks more cute on me. I'm cute ladybird T. Hobie, while running behind him, ladybird, my foot. You are looking like clown. Jimin, yes, only Minnie is looking cute. See my cute pink frock. Hobie looked at Jimin. Minnie, you also involved with them. Remove it. Jimin, no, I like it so much. Hobie, I swear if I catch you, I will beat you with slipper. Cook, first catch us. Everyone started running. June laughed. They never gonna change. Poor Hobie Yang, but they are looking so cute, especially Minnie. This dress perfectly suit him. Cook looked at June. June Yang, come down the stairs. There are so many new dresses. Get one for you. June, wait, I'm coming. Hobie looked at June. Don't you dare to touch my stuff. T hugged Hobie from behind. I caught him. Go and get ready. June, thank you, T. Ran and quickly came back. See, how am I looking? Jimin, so cute. What's your name? June, blushing. Namjooni. Cook, Namjooni, you are so cute. Will you friendship with me? I'm fairy. I will fulfill your all the wishes. Hobie elbowed T and freed himself. Fairy, ladybug, Jiminy, and Namjooni. Pick the sleepers. Wait. Everyone. Ah! Everyone started running and Hobie was following them with sleeper. Living room was filled with their laughter and screaming. June was running but suddenly bumped with Yoongi, who just came inside. June, what's happening here? And what condition have you made yourself? Cook, we all are playing with Hobie Hangi's new collections. Yoongi looked at June. What are you doing here? They are kids. Are you a kid too? Have you completed your assignments? June, no. Yoongi, wow, you haven't completed your assignments and playing here with kids. Go to your room and complete your assignments. June left and he turned to others. Why did you stop? Keep it up and try other dresses too. Left. Yoongi left to his room and everyone again started playing. June got hurt to hear that only he wasn't allowed to play, but others were. Time skipped after the dinner. Yoongi entered in June's room, who was completing his assignments. June saw him and stood up. June, Hyang, Yoongi, what are you doing? June, completing the assignments. Yoongi put the call on speaker and unhold it. Now tell me, whose file is missing? Manager, Blackstone's code name. Yoongi, did you ask him the reason? Manager, yes, King. He said RM requested him to complete his work, but he hasn't submitted the file. Yoongi looked at June, who was looking down and rubbing his palms. Did RM submit his file? Manager, yes, King. He submitted the file next day. I think Blackstone is lying and trying to frame RM. June shook his head vigorously. No, Yungi showed him his index finger when it was clearly told that everyone will do their work by themselves. Why did Blackstone let Adam do his work? And where were you? How couldn't you find out about this? Do I hire you to stay statue? Manager, sorry, King. Yungi, meet me in my cabin tomorrow. You will get the reward of your blunder. Manager, so cut the call. Yungi placed the mobile on the table and looked at June. Care to tell me about your achievement? Pulled the chair and said, June, sorry, Yang. Yungi, June, you also know me very well that I don't want to listen this word, especially not from your mouth. June, Blackstone's hand got injured while training. I already submitted my file, so I thought to help him. Yungi, did he ask your help? June, no. Yungi, did your trainer tell your batch that you can help others? June, no, he said during the orientation that their hair is helping strictly prohibited. Nobody is allowed to help others. If anyone has problem, then talk with him. Yungi, then why did you offer him help? Do you think your hang is king so you can easily escape? June, no, my intention wasn't this. I never try to take benefit of your name. In fact, nobody knows that you are my hang. Yungi, pass me your ruler. June opened the drawer and gave him wooden ruler. Here. Yungi, pick the ruler. Place your both the hands on the table. June did. Why didn't you submit his file? If I am not wrong, then it's already a week past. June, I forget about file. Mini and TT's test was there. Hobby Hang told me to teach them. Then chess competition was there. After that, cookies test and all these things. I forgot it. Yungi hit on his knuckle. First, you broke the rule by offering help when you weren't allowed at first place. You forget to complete. It means you broke your promise. You broke another rule that to stick on your words. June pulled back his hands. Ah! Yungi, June, don't make me more mad. Place your hands again if you don't want me to bring my belt. June, no. Again placed his hands. Ah, I only want to help him. Yungi, why? His hand was injured, not his mouth. He could inform to manager and manager would do something. You didn't need to poke your nose in between. Others matter. If you offered the help, you should have submitted the file before the deadline. But you forget. Ruler broke. Seems like you have so much free time to help others. June, no, I really wanna help him. Yungi, then you should have done properly. Grabbed his jaw. Kim Namjoon, you aren't allowed to make mistakes. You have to be perfect. June closed his eyes tightly. Open your eyes and look at me. Haven't you heard what I said? June opened his eyes. You will complete the file and submit tomorrow. You will complete your assignments too. Understand? June, yes, I will complete both of them today itself. But please don't punish Blackstone and manager name because of me. It was my fault, not theirs. Yungi, no, it wasn't only your fault. Blackstone and manager will be punished for their own mistakes, not because of you. And you will get punishment too If you dare to blame yourself, you will face real me. Set this in your mind. He harshly left Joan's jaw and went to his room, slamming door behind. June fell on his knees and hugged himself while rubbing his knuckles. June, why am not allowed to make mistakes? Why are there different rules for me? Why are Magnus allowed to play but not me? Why do I have to do more training than others? Why do I have to be perfect? Why can't I be normal? Why? Burst into tears. Time skipped at midnight. Yoongi slowly opened the door of Joon's room and saw he was doing his work. He was holding the mug of coffee. Hobie came there and said, Hobie, if you wanted to feel guilty, then why did you beat him? Yoongi looked at him. Who said you that I'm feeling guilty? Hobie, your face and this mug of black coffee is clearly saying everything. Hobie, stop creating things. This is my coffee mug. I prepared it for myself. By the way, what are you doing here and that too at this time? Hobie, exactly what you are doing here at this time. Checking Joon. Yoongi, I didn't come here to check him. Hobie, when you can't lie, then why are you trying? Your care is easily visible. Why are you hiding it from him? He deserves to know this. He should know his eldest Hyang care for him. Why are you this much harsh with him? Yoongi, because he is so weak. By body he is strong, but by mind and emotion he is so weak. He easily comes in everyone's talk and ready to do anything. He never thought about himself. He thinks about others first. Because of his this nature, he always made himself in problem. It's not good for him. He should first think about himself. He has to take over my throne. He has to make so many decisions. He can't make decisions out of emotion. He has to be mentally and emotionally strong. Give coffee mug to Hobie. Give him this. Hobie, but don't you think your this behavior will take him away from you? Yoongi, still better to take his life away. Yoongi, but soon he will start hating you. Yoongi, better to blame himself for everything. Left. Hobie shook his head and came to June. Junie, coffee for you. June flinched. Hyang, you are still awakened? Hobie, I have to finalize some designs. I was checking Magnus and found you are awakened, so make coffee for you. June, thank you so much, Hyang. It was much needed. Hobie dipped his fingers in June's hair and gently massaged. Relax your mind. June closed his eyes. I'm relaxed, Hyang. You go and sleep. Don't worry about me. Hobie left. June didn't stop his finger. He kept running them on laptop and completing files. He completed the file of Blackstones, but by then it was already sunrise. His assignments was still half done. He somehow completed it, but not as he wanted. He completed it just for formality. Time skipped at next day. He submitted his assignment and came to cafeteria to have his food. He was feeling bad for not completing the assignments like he wanted. He was eating his meal peacefully, but then he heard a voice. Kim Namjoon, did you forget how to greet your senior? June closed his eyes and stood up and bowed. I'm sorry, Senior Nim. Sat on the chair. That's better. By the way, you again got the title of Student of the Year, but didn't bother to inform me. June, can I sit first? Sit. But how dare you to forget me? June, I didn't forget you, Ginny. I called you, but your mobile was out of network area. I even sent you my pic too with trophy and certificate. Jin, yeah, I have to go with my parents on unplanned trip. There was network issue. Looked at June who was eating. Is it tasty? June, Jin, give me a bite. June, pass him another packet. Have it. Jin, no, I want what you are eating. Ah! Opened his mouth. June showed the food in his mouth. Okay, have it. You always have eye on my food. Jin while munching. That's good, but not better than my cooking. June, how would I know? You never cook anything for me. Jin, I told you to come at my apartment. I will prepare whatever you want, but you never listen. June, I'm not allowed to go anywhere, Ginny. I have a strict schedule to follow. Jin, yeah, you are busier than Prime Minister. June, it's not like that, Ginny. You don't know my problem. My family is cut off. Jin, what's the problem in your life? You have such a supportive family. Everyone is so good in your family, not like mine who just force me to study and study. And you know, professor scolded me for skipping the lectures. I have to complete so many assignments. June sadly chuckled. I have such a supportive family. My life is perfect. Don't worry, I will help you to complete your assignments. Jin, of course you have to do. By the way, Junie. June, now what happened? Jin, I'm thinking, why don't you become the lecturer? You teach really well. You are my junior, but still help me to understand my lectures. June, my profession is already decided, Ginny. I love reading and getting knowledge. By helping you, I prepare myself for next year. June, no doubt, you are such a genius. Student, June, Student, Professor Min is calling you in his cabin. June, okay, I'm coming. Stood up. Ginny, I will catch you soon. Jin, no problem. June, sir, you call me? Professor Min, Naam June. Have you checked your assignments before submitting it? June, nervously. What happened, sir? Is there any mistake? Professor, no, there isn't any mistake. You are usually precise, but your assignment this time is below standard. What happened? You must remain consistent. You are the pride of this department. Don't let us down. I want Kim Nam Joon's perfection. I don't expect less than this. Toss the assignment on the table. Redo it. You disappointed me this time, June. June picked his assignment. I'm sorry, sir. I won't disappoint you again. He came outside of the cabin and found Jin was standing there while holding June's bag and books, which he forgot in cafeteria. June forced a smile. Ginny, what are you doing here? Jin, you forget your bag and books in cafeteria, so I came to give you. June, thank you. Come, let's go to library and help you. Jin, it's all right. I will complete it by myself. Hugged him tightly while petting his head. Don't worry, everything will be fine. I'm with you. June closed his eyes and felt the hug. Thank you, Ginny. Jin, say this to me. I'm so nervous. You don't need anyone, but I need you. June opened his eyes and smiled. Don't worry, Ginny. Everything will be fine. I'm with you. Jin broke the hug. Now I'm feeling little relaxed. Looked at June, who was smiling like an idiot. Don't smile. Aren't you getting late for your Prime Minister's schedule? June looked at his wristwatch. Yeah, pulled Jin's cheeks and ran. Jin, you can't pull worldwide handsome cheeks like this, said by rubbing his cheeks. Name Kim Shokjin, age 24 years, profession university student, nature cute, loving, caring, humble, cheerful, reliable, full of life. Jin was June's best friend. He was his only friend, the only ray of hope in his life. Although June never shared his personal problems with him, but Jin always provided him comforts. He was always make him laugh by his dad's joke. Today also he heard Professor and June's conversation unintentionally but pretended that he needed hug and comforting words just to not hurt June's ego. He teased him a lot, but those teasings were fun, not taunts. June Street came to his training ground from the university. He was training hard, but guilt of disappointing his professor was echoing in his mind, which mentally executed him. He didn't sleep yesterday, so his eyes were shutting, resulting destruction from his training goal. Trainer, RM, your stance is weak. Again, do you want to die in your first mission? Push harder. June, I'm trying. Trainer, your performance is disappointing. RM, you are making same mistakes again and again. How can you do this? I taught you same thing at least 10 times, but still you are making same mistakes. I didn't expect this from our perfect trainee. June looked down. Sorry. Yungi threw the file on the table. What nonsense is this? June looked down. Sorry, Hang. Yungi stood up. King, I'm your king, RM. How can you do this? Read your today's report. June, I know I didn't perform well today. Yungi, I said read it. June, shooting no target hit. Rounds 10, push up 20. I can't read more. Yungi, you couldn't hold your stance for 10 seconds? RM, you didn't perform this bad at your first day. What's wrong with you? Suddenly, what happened? This much poor response? It's not at all expected from you. You are known for your perfection. RM, we gave you example to other trainee, but today you badly failed. You didn't perform a single training well. Your performance was below average. Grabbed his jaw. I want perfection from you. You have to be perfect. What will you have to be? June, perfect. Yungi, how was your performance? June, disappointing. Yungi, yes, today you disappointed me. Harshly left his jaw. Get lost from my eyesight. Today you shamed me. June tiredly came back home with the weight of guilt for disappointing his professor, trainer, and Yungi. His mind stopped working. June tiredly. I am at home. Cut off. Cook came with his books. Junie Hangi, tomorrow is my maths test. Teach me. Jimin, no, tomorrow is an essay competition in my school. Write an essay for me. T, no, help me to complete my science project. Hobby, June, I'm going out. I have a meeting. Maybe I will be late. Inform to Yungi Yang. Bye, baby 1, baby 2, and baby 3. Now June is here. You don't need to worry about anything. Your first prize is confirmed. Left. Yungi left after giving Magnus high hopes, which weren't wrong though. They always secured first place whenever June helped them. But this time, June was mentally tired, and Hobie's words unintentionally pushed more weight of expectations. Nobody thinks about him that he just returned from his training. He needed rest, nothing. They just directly jumped on him from their works. June was really so tired. So many things were running in his mind. He wanted to say no to them and ask some time but couldn't say it. He helped them. Time skipped at next day. June tiredly entered in the house and found Hobie and Yungi were consoling Magnus. He went to them. June, what happened? Why are you crying? Cook, you don't talk with me. You taught me wrong formulas. Because of that, I failed in my test. June, shocked me? No, I. Jimin, yes, you. Don't try to become innocent. You wrote as on wrong topic. I didn't check it. I thought if you wrote, then it must be perfect. But when I checked in school, it was on different topic. Because of you, teacher disqualified me from the competition. June, I'm so T. You spoiled my science project. You mixed up the things. Because of you, teacher punished me. I hate you. I will never ask help from you. You broke our trust. Magnus ran from there. June, Minnie, Cookie, Titi, listen, I didn't do that intentionally. About to go behind them. Hobie grabbed June's hand and pulled back. If you didn't want to help them, you should at least inform me. I will cancel my meeting and help them. But you ruined their work and made them cry. I didn't expect this from you, June. You really hurt all of us. You broke our trust. Left. June, Hobie, please don't say this. Listen. Yungi, is there anything left to listen? Till now, you used to mess up only during training. Now you have started messing up at home too. What do you want, June? Your behavior is totally out of our mind. What fun are you getting by disappointing us? June, please, Hyang, trust me. I really didn't do this for fun. Yesterday I was really so tired. I stayed up whole night. As soon as I came back home, they asked to help. I don't know how I got such a big blunder. Yungi, if you were tired and not in your right sense, you should have said them no and asked some time. It wasn't like as if you asked time for rest. They deny you. You should accept your mistake and apologize rather than making excuses and try to cover up it. Actually, it's not your fault, it's our fault who expect this much from you. We shouldn't expect anything from you because now you became useless. Now stay away from us. Left. June, Hyang, please don't say this, Hyang. One by one, everyone left after blaming him. Nobody was ready to listen him. Nobody was ready to accept that he could make the mistakes too. They all were just busy in seeing Magnus' pain, not his. Everyone wanted perfection from him. But they forget that he was the normal human being. He could make mistakes too. He could be hurt. He could burst out. He blamed himself too and decided to cut himself off from his family so that he wouldn't hurt them more. Note: It's normal with the person who can't say no. We forget that everyone needs help, assurance, and allow to make mistakes. No one is perfect. Just because a person isn't complaining and giving their best, it doesn't mean they always be as perfect as before. But who cares? Everyone just thinks about themselves and thinks other one is their servant who doesn't have any emotion. Even his smallest mistakes echoed louder than anyone else. For the world, perfection was the only thing expected of him, but nobody noticed he droned in the silence. His pain was nothing for them. Time skipped after few days. Few days passed. Everyone became normal. Magnus again started laughing and playing. Nothing had changed except June. He became silent and completely cut himself off. He helped Magnus in their studies and paid more attention. He paid more attention in his studies and training too. Everyone expect perfection of him, so he was giving them perfection, but that cost his smile. He stopped talking with everyone. He talked only in few words. Right now, he was standing at the balcony and watching Magnus and Hobie, who were running in the living room, and Yungi was chasing them while holding a spatula. June, they are so happy. I'm not jealous of their happiness. I don't hate them, but I don't deserve them. My presence may ruin their family moment. Once I had the desire to enjoy with them, but now I just want to stay away from them. I'm not the human being, I'm just a doll who is meant for only perfection. I wonder, will they ever notice my absence? Maybe no. I don't have any complaint. I'm happy here. Sadly chunkled. Time skipped after the dinner. Jin called June and forced him to come down. He was waiting for him in his car. June denied, but in front of Jin's stubbornness, he had to come. Jin was driving silently and June was sitting beside him on passenger seat and looking at him. June, why are you silent? Jin didn't reply. You can't shut your mouth for a second, but now you are driving like a statue. What happened, Ginny? At least say something. For you, I risked my life. And here you aren't saying anything. You know, if Yoongi Hang finds I'm out at this time, he will break my legs. Ginny placed his hand on Jin's hand. I'm sorry. Jin, why? June, I must be hurt you too. That's why you aren't talking with me. After all, I don't know anything rather than hurting others. Jin, while looking at the road, do you want me to throw you out of the car? June, I just want you to talk with me. Jin, first you ignored me and now you want me to talk with you. June, I never ignored you, Jinny. I can never do this. Jin, yeah, not answering the calls, not replying messages, leaving the university without meeting me, not waiting for cafeteria and library doesn't mean ignorance. June, I didn't mean to hurt you. Jin, I know sometimes I talked unnecessary and bullied you. If my anything hurt you, you should at least tell me. This isn't the way to show your anger. You should at least give me a chance to apologize. But no, you just shut yourself completely. June, Worldwide Handsome is talking about apology. It's shocking. Isn't it you who said fault is always others? Jin glared at him. Okay, I'm sorry. It's not your fault. You didn't say or do anything to me. I'm seriously not angry from you. I didn't want to ignore you. I just wanted to be with myself only. You can ask to anyone. I'm not in touch with anyone. Jin, is our friendship this weak that I need to ask others about you? I only want to hear you. I don't want to ask anything from anyone. I trust you, June. If you are saying anything, I believe you without any question, but at least as a best friend, it's my right to know the reason behind your sudden isolation. June, it's nothing, Ginny. Jin, stop the car. Come out. Let's talk properly. Step down. June, Ginny! June stepped down from the car and found it was a silent place. No one was there. Soft breeze was blowing. Crickets were chirping. Jin sat on the grass ground and June was sitting beside him. June, why did you bring me here, Ginny? Jin, to show you what you have missed. June, confused. I have missed, but what? Jin, your heart and mind is full of noise. That's why I brought you here in this silent place. Pushed him. Your eyes forget to shine, so I brought you here to fill them again with shine. Let down beside him and pointed his finger on the starry sky. Look there. June looked at the scary sky. Wow, stars are twinkling. You know, in childhood, I used to watch the starry sky. Jin, look at the stars, Junie. They never lost their shine. Yeah, sometimes clouds hide them, but those clouds can never snatch the shine of stars. June, because they have their own light. At daytime, sun's brightness overshadows them, but at night they shine brightly. Do you know sun is also a star which is white in color, but it seems yellow because of cutoff. Jin, do you think I brought you here for astronomy lecture? Don't try to divert the topic, Juni. June, I'm not diverting the topic, Ginny. I thought to tell you about the stars. Jin, right now I just want to listen you. June, have you forgotten? Always you talk and I listen like a good listener. Jin, then I will prove you that I am a good listener too. June, but I don't have anything to say. Jin, you have so many things to share, Junie. Your heart and mind is full. You need to take out it. It affecting you. I won't disturb you. I won't ask for perfection. I want to know what is in Kim Namjoon's heart. I'm your best friend. You can trust me. It will be between us. When we will go from here, we will leave everything behind. Share with me what's bothering you. June closed his eyes. I trust you, Ginny. I don't know how to start. I just don't want to ruin my family's perfect image. Jin, neither do I want to ruin. You are just sharing your thought, not backbiting about them. You aren't disrespecting them. June, my profession was decided even before I could understand the meaning of profession. I have a sharp mind, 148 IQ. Everyone has high expectations of me. I swear, I'm trying my best to fulfill their expectations, but now it's not possible. They expect me to not make any mistake, which isn't possible. Unintentionally, I hurt them, and seeing them sad, I cursed myself. Neither could I concentrate on my studies, not did on training. I'm so fed up with myself. I don't know how to match their expectations. I couldn't sleep by this fear that one day I will not fulfill their expectations and deeply hurt them. Everyone knows my family is perfect and supportive. Yes, they are, but their expectations are too high. There are different rules for me and Magnus. Magnus are allowed to make mistakes, to play, to have fun, but I'm not. I don't have any envy from them. They are just like my child, but it hurts to see them to do the things which I was never allowed. Their small achievements celebrate. Yungi Hang make a special dish for them but never said a single praising word to me. I always asked it, is he happy? But he never replied. In training center too, if all the trainees do 10 squats, I have to do 20. I don't know what I did to get this much partiality. I know if Yungi Hang did this, then there must be some solid reason behind it. He knows what good for me. But it hurts when Professor, Trainer, Hang, Magnus said I disappoint them just because I made a mistake. Why am I not allowed to make mistake? I feel like drowning every side, just expectations, rules, punishment. It hurts to see disappointment in those eyes which used to fill with proud and happiness. The weight of those eyes and expectations are bigger than anything. In childhood, I lived to satisfy myself, but now I just live to fulfill others' expectations. No matter what's happening with me, by which pain I go through, I can't say no to others. I can't prioritize myself, my work. I had exams next day, but I used to teach Magnus for their test. I hesitate to say no. It makes me feel so guilty and sound selfish. I can't say others that their words, behavior are hurting me. I can't take a stand for myself. So I try to escape. I thought if I stayed out of their sight, they would be happy. I accepted my fate. I accepted fault is always mine. I'm surrounded by so many people, but I don't have a single person who can try to understand real me, who sees me as a normal human being, not as a perfectionist. I am a mere human being. I can make mistakes too. I can be tired too. I need rest too. I want a shoulder to relay. I need words to encourage me, not to pressurize me. I also deserve happiness. I also deserve to laugh and do fun. People only expect from me, but in return, they don't want to do anything, not even a smallest thing. If tomorrow I will be disappeared, nobody will notice my absence. Ginny, people easily forget me. They only need my work. They only love my work, not me. They only see how perfect my work is, but they never see the pain and efforts behind it. Why? Was I just born to satisfy others' ego and expectations? I don't deserve love and care. Am I just too tired, Ginny? I want to sleep tonight and don't want to wake up in morning. Everything is too much. I don't understand why am I like this. I really love everyone and feeling blessed to have them in my life, but I want a small assurance that I am worthy for them. I'm also important for them. I'm not just a showpiece for decoration. I want to know that my absence will affect others, but It's too much to ask. Note: weight of expectation is a silent killer. It kills you silently. Nobody wants to cut themselves off from others. Everyone wants love and attention, but people around us force us to be silent. Sharing your pain is very important for your mental peace. Hiding your pain and feelings inside your heart does nothing, only pushes you into depression. But with whom we open our heart? Is there anyone who can understand our problem without making fun of it or using it as a weapon to stab us in future? Is there any real friend left? I don't think so. My best friend who understands me better than I understand myself died 9.5 years ago, and I don't have courage to share my pain with anyone else. I gladly accept silent killing rather than making fun of my pain. Do you have any real friend like Ginny, or you are also alone like me? Jin, while looking at the sky, Juni, you are right. You deserve to live like a normal human being, not as a perfect person. You know, you aren't alone. Most of the youth are suffering from this, the weight of the expectations. Just because a person is not showing their low side, it doesn't mean they are lucky and happy. There are two types of youths. One is busy in toxicity and pulling others down, and other are busy in making their career and proud their loved ones. You aren't wrong, Jenny. Your feelings are true and unfiltered. You aren't weak. You aren't fake. You aren't expecting more. You are just different from others. You feel guilty to prioritize yourself. It's not the sign of weakness, it's the sign of pure heart. You want to make everyone happy, and in that attempt, you are losing yourself. Rules are different for you because you are different. Mafia world isn't a normal profession. It's very tough. I know nothing about it, but as far as I can understand, maybe it was because your young knows your capability better. Maybe he wants to train you for any special position, not for just a normal mafia's designation. You're special, and a special person needs special treatment. A diamond doesn't shine by itself, it survives fire, pressure, and the hardest cut before it becomes priceless. Right now, you are still raw. You need endure the hardest training and challenges if you want to become a mafia. There is no place of excuse. Your path is different, Juni. And about Magnus, so they are still kids, totally unaware of life's struggle. They can do fun and enjoy. Yeah, sometimes they are annoying and demanding, but that was because they are completely unaware of your suffering. They don't have any envy and about people's expectations that it's high because you feed their egos, and now they don't expect anything less than perfection from you. It's not your mistake, but you have to work on some points. You have to improve yourself. It's good to take care of others and give them preference, but now time has changed a lot. If you have to survive and you have to take a stand for themselves, you have to prioritize yourself. You have to learn how to say no. You aren't disrespecting anyone. You aren't making them feel bad. It's just you are setting the boundaries around yourself, which is necessary because you have such a heart of gold. You need to handle it with care. People who care for you accept your decision and respect it, and who complain they don't deserve your goodness. If you are tired and can't help Magnus, you should at least tell them. They will understand you and give you time to relax. If you stop them once, they won't disturb you again and give you time to relax, then share their problems. And about your training, so I already told you about it. Your Hang can reply you better. Juni, don't expect family will accept their mistakes and apologize. They never do. They may understand your problem and try to correct their mistakes, but saying sorry isn't possible. Are you understanding? June, I don't expect any apology, Ginny. I just want a little space. I want they notice me, my absence. Jin, if they truly love you, they do notice your absence, even the smallest change of your behavior. Being silent and caged your feelings isn't the solution, Junie. June, who wants to be silent, Ginny? Who wants to cage their feelings inside their heart? Who wants to suffocate themselves? People's behavior force a person to change. Jin, I agree, Juni, but you have me. You can share your feelings with me. I will always listen you without any condition. June looked at Jin and spread his palm. Promise you will always be with me and guide me. Jin placed his hand on June's palm. Promise I will always be with you. That's the true meaning of friendship. We both will always be together in the life and after the life too. June smiled. Thank you, Jin, for what? June, for calming my mind and giving it new direction to think. Jin, I have something for you. June, what? Jin, wait, let me bring for you. Ran to his car. June was looking at the starry sky with a smile. His eyes were shining. Calmness was on his face. Jin came back with a cheesecake and chocolate cookies. He saw June was looking at the sky. He started singing birthday song for him. Jin, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Junie. Happy birthday to you. June, shocked. Birthday? Today is my birthday? Pointed his finger on himself. Jin sat in front of June holding cake. Today is 12th September. You forget your own birthday, Junie? Now blow the candle and cut the cake. See, I baked the cake and cookies by myself only for you. June, really? Jin, you want to taste my cooking? You didn't come to my apartment, so I thought to bake a cake for you on your birthday. Now cut it. Only I know how did I save it from not eating. June smiled and cut the cake after making a wish. Thank you so much. It's so tasty. You know, it's the first time when I cut the cake at night. It's my best birthday. They both ate the cake while talking. Jin dropped June at his home. In the silence of night, when everyone just put the weight of their expectations on June's shoulder, Jin turned out the ray of hope. He didn't silence his pain, he listened to it. He didn't demand strength, he offered warmth. He didn't provoke him against his family, he gave him another angle to see. That's the true meaning of friendship. When you calm down the storm without raising your voice and pulling others down. June happily entered inside. He bumped with the scroll. He turned on his mobile's flashlight and opened the scroll. It was Cook's handwriting. He started reading. Junihangi, you are the best. You are my problem solver and savior. Whenever I'm in any problem, I know I have my Junihangi who will solve my all the problems. You are my personal Google. Don't tell this to anyone, but I love you the most. Sometimes I behave so childish and selfish, but it's not my fault, it's your fault. I'm a small little baby now. Say sorry for not correcting me. You have to love me the most because I'm youngest now. Without you, I can't even walk properly. Never dare to lock yourself in your room again. I missed you so much. Please be normal again. I don't like your silent behavior. You are the most important member of our family. If I made any mistake and because of that you hurt, then say sorry to yourself because it's your fault. I am cute little baby now. Cookie is so proud of his Chuni Hangi. Love you so much. June smiled. Cookie and his jealousy both are unpredictable. He didn't forget me. He noticed my silent behavior. At least one person noticed. That means I'm not invisible. Walked 2 steps and found another scroll. Now, whose scroll this is? Let's read. Oh, it's TT. Juni Hangi, you are my role model. I always wanted to be like you, but when I saw you study till late night, I dropped my plan. You are still my role model, but now in destruction. You know, just like you, I also broke 2 pencils. I think I got your power, isn't it? Junihangi, you are the best. You know, in my class, everyone complained that their tuition teacher didn't teach them well and always scold them. But I am so lucky that I have you who always teach me according to my pace. You taught me same things 5 6 times without taunting and losing patience. If I was on your place, I would lose my calmness after 2 attempts. But you never lose. I know you are angry from us because we blamed you. That's why you aren't talking with us like before. I'm really sorry, Hangi. You know na, I'm dumb. Please forgive me and become normal. I promise I will never blame you. You are so precious for us. We can't imagine our life without you. Love you so much, Hangi, and win more trophies and give to me. I'm your personal trophy collector. June smiled. You aren't dumb, TT. You are just slow learner. If you focus on your studies like your naughtiness, I'm sure you will be topper. My little bear, Hangi loves you too. Took few steps and got another scroll. Now who's this? Minnie. Minnie has the best handwriting among us. Juni Hangi, first of all, really sorry for hurting you and forcing you to shut yourself completely. You are the ray of hope in my life, my role model. I want to be like you, although I don't have IQ like you, but I will try to break your records and named more trophy and certificate on my name. I will give all the trophies to T. He loves to collect trophy. I know Yungyang is so harsh with you and you have to bear everyone's expectations, but I know you are this strong. I need you on every step. I need your love, support, and guidance. Please be with us. I know we Magnes bother you the most, but what can we do? We know you are behind us to hold. With you, we can get pampering. When you aren't around us, we feel so lonely and incomplete. We really love you so much. Please talk with us. We don't like your this new version. Delete it and give us back our Juni Hangi. I will always be grateful towards you for sharing your knowledge with us. I love you so much, Hangi. Your proudest Macne, Minnie. June smiled and wiped his tears. Minnie, your words are so strong and deep as you are. I'm so happy to get such a sensible baby brother. I wish you will break my record soon. I will be the happiest person and cheer for you the loudest when this will happen. Love you too, Minnie. Step few more steps and found another scroll. Oh, so Hobie Hyang also write a letter for me. Namjuni, you are always the smartest member of our family. Without you, we can't imagine our life. You made me proud every single day. There wasn't a day when I wasn't proud of you. I may not say, but yes, I love you. You are as precious for me as Magnes. They are babies, so they need more love and attention. You bear so much. Yungi Hang is so harsh with you, and you must be thinking why I am not stopping him. So I tried, but there are so many things which you don't know, and I can't tell you about it. Just remember one thing, you aren't invisible, you aren't less. We love and care you too. When right time comes, you will get to know everything. I'm sorry if I ever hurt you. Don't be sad. We really don't like your sad face and fake smile. June, Hobie Hang is so sweet. You are the best Hang. Please don't say sorry. You are my biggest support system. Without you, I don't know how I handle this much pressure. You always encouraged me, Hang. I love you too. They all are so sweet. Took few steps and found a thick scroll and started reading. June, I know you have so many complaints from me. Maybe you hate me. Don't shake your head. I know you very well. You are thinking we don't care about your presence, but that's not true. We do care. I know I never praise you before. I never tell you what you mean to me. But first, you should know the truth why I am this much strict with you. You have to be mafia. In future, you have to take over my throne. You have to take so many decisions. But right now, you are mentally so weak. You think by your heart, but you have to understand that not everyone is like you. You are so pure, but not all. Your this much caring and selfless nature will harm you. You are more powerful than you think. Your training is toughest because you have to be toughest. You have to be more powerful than me. Rules are different for you because you are different. If you have to sit on the throne, then you must have to bear the weight of crown. A crown is so heavy because whole empire is depend on this. I know I'm wrong with you, but there is a reason. Hobie is so lenient with you, and I'm not sorry about it. You deserve the hardest training to become the best king. I want perfection from you because in our world there is no place of mistake. Your one mistake can cause others' life. I never tell you before when you asked, am I happy or not? No, I'm not happy. I'm the happiest person. I'm so proud of you. Whenever you unlock any achievement, I am more happy than anyone else. You are the light of our house. Without you, how would our family complete? How can you even think like this? Yes, I do love you. I do care of you. You are as important as others. There is no lie in this. I don't want in future anyone point on finger on you. That's why I want to make you Enough is strong to handle everything. Don't expect Magni's treatment from me. You won't get it. I truly love you and appreciate your efforts. Your streakest and cruelest young June with tears. No, you aren't the streakest and cruelest. You are so good and best young. I'm sorry for mistaking you. Yeah, cut off. Jimin came there with cake. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Juni Hangi. Happy birthday to you. Lights turned on and balloons started falling on June. June shockingly looked around himself. You all remember my birthday? Yoongi patted his head. How can you forget your birthday? Yoongi patted his head. How can we forget your birthday, June? I'm not that much cruel and heartless. June hugged Yoongi tightly and started crying. No, you aren't cruel and heartless. You are the best. But how do you know I'm outside and when did you plan this? Hobie, we already planned to give you surprise as we noticed your sad behavior. When we saw you going out with Jin, we planned everything and started waiting for you. T. Juni Hangi, are we forgiven? June, I was never angry. Jimin, then can we cut the cake? Candles are melting. June, yeah, why not? Cook. But first hug Cookie. You know Cookie helped Yoongi Hangi to bake cake and Cookie didn't even taste it, not a tiny bite. June, ah, my cute little bunny did so much hard work. Come here. Spread his hands and Cook hugged him tightly. Yoongi Hang, thank you so much for cake. Yoongi, you have complained that I never cook anything for you. So here is your special dish for your special day. June, thank you so much. Everyone joined in hug and June cut the cake. He first fed Cookie because he did the most hard work by not tasting the cake before. In that moment, June realized that he was never just a shadow of expectations. He was their pride, their strength, their beloved brother who needed different treatment because he had to sit on the throne and bear the weight of the crown. No one chooses silence. Expectations cage them. A perfect image hides their pain. Silence isn't peace, it's the sound of droning. Behind a silence, a soul is breaking who just wants to listen, not to judge. No matter how perfect someone seems, they may be fighting silent battles within. Expectations can shape a person, but love and understanding heal them. Even the strongest hearts need a place to rest, and even the brightest stars need the night sky to shine. True strength isn't in hiding pain, but in finding someone you can trust to share it with. Family isn't about rules or achievements, it's about love, acceptance, and standing together when you need them the most. The end. Author's note. That's it for today. I hope you all liked it. I never wanted to write movie. I was writing it for one shot but don't know how it becomes this long. I wrote the ending part two times because my editing app deleted more than 15 minutes parts when I downloaded it. I didn't have any backup, neither did I remember what I wrote in the ending part. Anyways, there are two types of views. One is busy in toxicity and pulling others down, and other one is busy in making their career and proud their loved ones. As usual, toxic one is more happy and enjoying their life, while hardworking one suffering from the weight of expectations. Everyone deserves a friend like Ginny who calms down your mind without poisoning it. I hope you all enjoyed it. We will meet soon with new story. Till then, take care of yourself. Love you all. If you like this story, then please do like, subscribe, share, and comment. I assure you that you will never gonna regret on your decision. Thanks for watching.